guys, good night. This is day 280. We're going to be summarizing the Surah of Yusuf tonight. As you can, if you're following, as you can see that for almost 10 days we are going through the Surah of Yusuf. And it's a long story with a lot of details. I'm not going to go over all those details. You can go check previous 10 videos starting from day 270. But there are three things that actually just hit me hard, and I wanted to talk about these important things, I guess. The first thing is Yusuf alayhi salam, his brothers put him in a well, and some traders come by and took him and sold him as a slave, and he went through all these troubles, prisons, and a lot of different things. And his brothers are doing all these things to Yusuf alayhi salam just for jealousy. And when I start reading this surah, this story, this one question stick to my mind, that I wonder if their father, as a prophet, never told them to be righteous, don't lie, don't do bad things to other people. Extremely, most probably he told all these things to his sons, but they didn't, looks like, get any lesson from their father. So it doesn't matter if your father is a prophet, if you don't get lesson, if you close yourself to learning and improving yourself, you are not prone to any sin. You can do all sorts of bad things to other people. Because jealousy is such a big illness for most of people. As it says here in this surah also, most of the people will not believe in Allah and hereafter, and in general religion, and also remaining very less people, let's say. And most of them will also believe in Allah as a mushrik, which means that they will associate other gods, unfortunately. So filtering two steps, we end up with very rare mu'mins. So the true mu'mins look like they're hard to find, and they're like rare earth minerals. It's hard to find, but very valuable. So I guess this is the first thing that hit me. Doesn't matter who you are. If you are an ordinary guy like me, or if your father is a prophet, doesn't matter. If you're not guided by Quran, it is really very hard. Yeah. This is the first thing. The second thing is whatever your plan is. Of course, we have to do a plan. Yusuf alayhi salam was in prison, and one day his inmates, there were two guys with him in the prison, and they saw some dreams, and he interpreted their dreams, and he said, one of you will be hanged, or be died, crucified. The other one, you will go and serve the king. And he said, okay, when you go out and start serving the king, please mention my name, so that he will remember me, or he will ask why he is there, and they will take me out, since he doesn't have any he didn't do anything to be in the prison. But Allah Jalla Jalaluhu permitted the Satan to make that guy forget that. So he didn't mention Yusuf alayhi salam to the king, and Yusuf alayhi salam, for that reason, had to stay in prison for a long time. Okay. And so he stayed there for a long time, and then this time king saw some dreams, and nobody was able to interpret that dream. And then the guy remembered that Yusuf alayhi salam, his inmates in prison, he was a good interpreter of dreams, and he mentioned his name to king, and the king ordered to take Yusuf alayhi salam out, and he said, no, I'm not going out. I'm not going to get out of this prison unless you clear my name. Go ask those women what their problem was with me. And this time king gathered all the women and asked them, what was the problem with Yusuf? Did he do anything to you, or what happened? This time, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu didn't permit Satan to make those women lie. This time, they said the truth, And they said, no, Yusuf didn't do anything. We did. We are the bad ones. We tried to seduce him, and he tried to escape. He didn't do anything bad. He is a wise person. That's it. This time, Allah didn't permit Satan to make those women lie. If they would lie, Yusuf alayhi salam would probably stay in prison till the end of his life and would die in prison. That's the end of the story. That would be the end. So what do we understand from here? Of course, we do plans. We make plans. But definitely Allah has a plan, and that plan prevails. Whatever we do. Of course, Yusuf alayhi salam was planning to get out of prison by asking his inmate to mention his name. No way, you're not going to be able to get out of this prison. You stay there. But later, you're now time to get out for the next level. And then no one can stop it. Allah will not permit anyone to stop that because this is His plan. So Allah's plan always prevails. That's it. Okay, this is the second thing that hit me. The third one is more shocking to me. Even if you are a prophet, like their father, you went through a lot of troubles with your sons. They did bad things to their brother Yusuf, and then the Benjamin. You suffer. You know that Allah Jalla Jalaluhu is just letting everything happen. He's a prophet. You should know that. And he knew that. There is no doubt about it. He knew that. But as a human being, you are not prone to not suffer, no grief, nothing. You're just happy. There is no way. So he was suffering. He was suffering at the first time when he lost his beloved son Yusuf alayhi salam, and then Benjamin. He lost that second son too, and he started to suffer and grieve so much that he lost his fight. And his sons start saying, Father, you're going to harm yourself or you're going to kill yourself by this. Don't do this. Don't suffer too much. And what did he say? This is the shocking. I am complaining my suffering and my grief to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. So, as a human being, yes, we can suffer, we can have a lot of grief, but if it is too much, if that suffering and grief is becoming too heavy for us to carry on, at that helplessness where we start feeling that we're not going to be able to carry this load, we complain our suffering and grief to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. We know that Allah will not crash whatever the true means did, and there all those good deeds throughout the life. He will help through means throughout the life. And at that point where we start with the heavy load of this suffering and griefs, at that helplessness point where we say, okay, we're done, we're not going to be able to carry this load. We complain. We complain our suffering and griefs to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. And this is normal. Even if you're a prophet, you do that. You know that Allah is letting all those troubles happen. But it doesn't matter. They hit you hard and you feel the burden, you feel the load, heavy load, and you suffer and grief. And the only thing you can do at that helplessness is to complain to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu your suffering and grief. And as we say before, I guess the last thing we can say is, in divine economy, helplessness is the greatest currency. That's it.